Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D Forex here today. Again, like I normally do on weekends. Gotta activate my chat, and I guess I didn't pay attention enough last time to make sure it worked. We are creating, I say we because chat helps me a lot. We are creating a 2D Forex game with Godot Net, which is a C# version of Godot, and this is our test area. This is Oregon, obviously. I think my map is starting out less centered. I think I moved it around or something. Anyways, we got some provinces here, and the main thing we're working on is these county improvements where you build stuff and then they make things for you. For example, this makes 100 vegetables per day without bonus. 100 vegetables per day, and this makes 50 per day. And what the thing that we haven't done yet is that input resources we need to work. And so, for example, the fishing hut takes 1 wood. This is just all test stuff. And probably 50 fish is too much, but whatever. All of these things are just test items. And so we need to have it spend the wood before it, before the people work. And they need to probably spin the wood at the beginning of the day. So there's going to be like a couple of things that need to happen in this. I haven't really thought through this part, which is why we got to do it now. So basically what I'm doing is I go through each part of the game and I make it as minimal as possible. Then I go, once we do a complete round of making every single part of the game, we're going back through, and we had like some, well, we didn't really have, I guess we did. We had some primitive, the buildings were producing goods, but there was like no workers, no anything. And so now there's workers. They produce the goods, but I should have probably started with that they input the goods. And then there's construction costs, like this place, it costs 1 remnant and 100 money. The economy is not set up for money right now. This is a post-apocalyptic game, so it's based on like people just doing things for the good of the community, but that will change. It's like an anarchist co-op, I guess, to start with, but that will change, with the player's guidance, of course. But there'll also be each person will have feelings, and eventually, I don't know about feelings, but simulated feelings. Eventually, I want to, if the player doesn't do a public, or a private industry where economy actually starts to, where money matters, I'm going to have it so that like Harold here might want to start his own business or something like that. But that's a ways off. That's a long ways off because we're going to have to work on a lot of community stuff. So I was thinking about this before I started streaming. My ears sound weird again. I think it's this little thing is on its last leg. So what I was thinking about is, how does this work? How does it work in real life versus how's it going to work in the game? So in real life, if you needed to, let's use a fisher's shed, and let's say it is 1 wood. In real life, you needed wood for whatever, fishing poles. You need to get those first. And then if a certain amount are spent each day, this is another thing where it's only can be whole numbers. So how are we doing I got to look at one of these. Let's go back to our code here. Our resources in here. So Fisher's Shed. I'm going to double check everything is working because I had an issue yesterday. I have an issue every day. It says I have a shitty ass bit rate, but that's not always a real thing. I didn't make the title how I wanted, but whatever. This seems to be working. Sometimes my chat is busted when on YouTube, but it seems to be working here. All right, so I forget how we did this. Output goods. We did a production data. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so it's a work cost is 1. So the work cost, work is generated per worker, generates 10 work every day, and they have a chance of bringing extra depending on their skill. So it can be like up to, it's a number that we haven't decided on yet, but I think it's 2 right now, so it's going to be up to 12. Actually, we could look. It should be right in here somewhere. Daily work amount, it's 5. So they can bring in up to 15 as a bonus. So the bonus part is kind of the throwing off my thoughts here. So we need to have it so that the building stockpiles a certain amount every day, and I think we should have it double the amount it can use. That way, it will account for this number here, and then they'll still have a little bit, and there probably should be a max that it can store, just like every construction game. Look at that thing freaking out right there. The coffee shop by my house is closed. I had to buy these shitty Starbucks things, and I try not to give Starbucks any money. And they're fucking expensive. They're $4 a piece. Out of control. Anyways, so I think we should have it. So we're going to have a max amount that it can store, I guess. Otherwise, it'll just store stuff forever. The max amount, I think, will be double. All right, let's think about this. So each county has this resource storage. We might want to change this later. So we have it store a certain amount. So what we'll do is we'll put in a global right now. Oh, I accidentally closed global a couple of days ago. Let's open this shit up again here. It's right here. Let's try to break this thing up a little bit, probably too. County stuff. Let's go. This is for work. We didn't use this for, I don't think we have done this for research yet. We kind of like half-assed research and then came back because we got to do something to heroes or something. I think, no, it was because I kept getting sidetracked going over and working on research. So I guess we won't, this is kind of all county stuff. This is more like county, this is the number of perishable goods and non-perishable goods. This is not like the number, it's like the per total perishable resources. Sorry, we're calling them goods now, not resources. Goods. Total non-perishable, perishable goods. This is not like, this is per, like, this is, why is this here? Oh, we're in globals, yeah. All right, so this is kind of like this should be special. Max, see, these ones should be special. These 2 are populated from all resources at ready. Yeah, so this counts like the number, not the number like if you have 50 canned goods and 50 pieces of wood. It doesn't add those together. It's that it would be 2 because it's the number of types of perishable goods. This is for storage. Amount of each good. This is just some number that it's for like when the game starts. So this part actually to here, we're going to control X that shit. And then this should probably be population work. I have a sneeze coming on here. Maybe. Okay, it's passed. And then what we need to do then, we'll do like a stockpile multiplier is what we'll call it. we'll put it in the same order. We're going to put it right here because they have to have the stockpile before they can do any work. So we'll do a public int stockpile. Is stockpile one word? The fuck would I know, right? Stockpile. See, now I want it. It's one word. Stockpile multiplier equals 2. And then we'll put the amounts of input stockpile multiplier. The amount of input goods a improvement tries to hold. All right, so this will be 2 for now, and we might change it, and maybe we'll even change, we'll have it like when we change how the economy works, they'll stockpile more. But what they'll do is they'll try to hold 2 wood. At the beginning of the day, they'll try to get 2 wood. And then we're going to spin that wood. They'll try to get the stockpile. Then we'll try to spin the wood. So let's go back to our county list of where this shit happens. So at the start of the day, this is end of day, we're going to, it doesn't really matter where, this is assigning a building, so I guess it doesn't matter, because if there's no, we're going to do a thing, and we're going to have a check somewhere for if there's no input goods for a certain amount of days, I think a week, we'll have them quit the job and go somewhere else. So we have find idle. Let's do this. Assign people to, so who's doing this work? I guess just it's magically appearing. Count idle workers. Okay, so assign people to prioritize improvements. We're going to need to put this up here then. It's going to have to go county improvements, gather goods for their stockpile. So this is the first thing that's going to happen on day start. And so we'll just put this under county improvement. Let's put this somewhere else. Oh yeah, I needed to update the README because I rolled this back to 5. And we're done with that. County improvements gather goods for their stockpile. So we'll put this under, we have, I mean, I would put it under county improvement, but I think county improvement data here is out of control, large. Well, it's at 260. We're also going to need a list in here of their stockpile. Inputs, we'll do, it's not going to be a list. It's going to be a dictionary of good data, and ints, stockpiled goods. I still don't know why sometimes I need this and sometimes it doesn't. It works fine sometimes without it, and I don't know. It's been a, you know, the new thing. So anyways, we need stockpiled goods. And I think I'm going to put it in county improvement anyways. So let's go back to county improvement. Well, we can just do this since I'm right here. This is probably, no, we'll put it in here. And I think it's going to be static. We'll have gather public. It's not going to return anything. Gather stockpile goods. And I think this is going to be static, though. No, it is not going to be static. It needs to know what county improvement it's doing it in. So when we go to this county improvement, we're going to have a for each up here. for each in the completed, which I was trying not to do, but then I kind of gave up in the faction level stuff. It's been doing things for research, actually, I think. So what is it going to have to, how is this going to work? Yeah, these things are only okay. I vaguely remembered them. I used to get these occasionally before work. These mocha fucking frappuccino things. Like 20 years ago. I remember them being okay, but it might also have been because I was like going to work in the morning and it was better than nothing. So gather. We are gonna need to No, we're not. All right, so for each, we need to go through key value pair, in input goods. We're going to want to, what the fuck is your problem? This happens, and at first I was like, I'm actually remembering how to do this. No, I'm not. Oh, right, I gotta do that. That's what I gotta do. Why are you below this thing? Oh, that's why you're below that thing. This is normally at the bottom of these resources. So in Godot, the resources, you gotta do like a manual copy of the fucking things. I hope that one day they will fix it, but I don't know if they will. So this was good data, comma, int. And so now we have a key value pair here. And that we're going to have for each one of those, we're going to see if there's enough. We have to check. So we might return like a... No, I don't think we do. So for each good in here, we're going to try to get it from the storage, from the county data storage. So we're going to have to pass in, let's see, so we could put this in population work. How's population work looking? Is it huge? It used to be right down here. I don't know where the fuck it went. We don't need this research stuff open right now. Here it is. Thinking maybe we have another script. We have another script that is for like, or maybe this should go in the banker. How's the banker looking? I know I saw some stuff that needed to be moved out of the banker. The banker's looking pretty huge. Charge for building. Maybe we can, what do they call those guys who work on the docks? Dock worker? What do they call that? Stevedores? Dock worker, official name. Person who, stevedore, longshoreman. What is this? I want to see this. What the fuck? Oh, and it's only for dock. All right, so it's not, I was just thinking a person who moves good. Person who moves goods. A carrier? What the fuck is this AI shit? I wish it would go away. Freight worker? It doesn't matter, but where I put this, but I mean, it does matter. I don't think the banker, I don't like it. No, not the banker. That's the person's moving. The county improvement, we're gathering it from the county data. We could create another script that is, this is the, I always like choke when it comes to creating new scripts and where I should put things. I don't have like a good rule. So if this is going to be for goods moving around, do we want a new script for that? Probably not. We'll put it in county data. We're going to pass in instead. The county data is fucking huge. Yeah, county data is fucking huge. It's getting longer and longer. I wonder if food list, population eats food, like some of this stuff needs to get the fuck out of here too. Check enough county faction resources. What does that even mean? Remove resources from county. See, a lot of these we could put into like a, let's go back to this. I have an idea here. We're gonna ask ChatGPT. We're gonna get a name here for this thing. What is a cool name for someone who moves goods? We want a cool name. A wayfarer, a hall master. Hall master could work. A load bearer, packsmith, a cargo nomad. We're gonna use freight right's pretty good. Creative spin implying mastery over freight. A riverman. That makes me want to play like D&D as somebody who is like a riverboat, not a captain, a riverboat crew person. Hall master. Hall master, I think, is a trailblazer. No, let's do hall master. The decision has been made, and now I gotta remember that. So we're gonna do a new public class here, and we're gonna call it a hall master. And then we can also move that other shit to the from the hall master script to this, or sorry, from the county data script, because we have a lot of things. The hall master. Then open up Mr. Hall Master. All right, you can get the fuck out of here. You can get the fuck out of here. And you can go. And we need a namespace. Player space. And we can do that, I think. Let's see if we get that weird bug. I think I fixed that typo. It has been fixed. I don't want to blame other people for that problem, but I think that's from someone else. That someone tried to help me with something, and I was wondering where that error appeared. But okay, so we have the hall master here. Do I still have this shit on my clipboard? That would be no. Where was that thing? I was putting it in count. Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. There it is. We cut it. Hall master, where'd you go? Let's pin you up here. And you're going to do this. We're going to need a county improvement data in here. And we're going to need a county in here. Let's put the county first. And you know what's funny is we still do not know. Actually, this is going to be a county data. We don't know. The county improvement still doesn't know where it doesn't keep track of where it is. And it's crazy that I've been able to get away with that for so long. Oh, you don't? I'm pretty sure you do. It's probably something else. Goods? What did I call it? Didn't we just look at this thing? Didn't I just type right underneath it? Input. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's in the county improvement. What do we got here? We're going to come back to that. All right, this is under the county improvements. Yeah. One day we'll type things correctly. No, we won't. Okay, so then we need to do Is there, like, this is a rhetorical question? I guess it is a rhetorical question. I want to subtract a number. We need a new one of these. Sometimes there's built-in stuff, and then I rewrite the wheel, you know, and I wanted to see if there's in C sharp, is there a way to make sure there is enough of an int in a variable before subtracting from it? You know, like something like, you know, like math ceiling, math floor, math min. Get the fuck out of here. I said get the fuck out of here like 6 times this morning, I think. Yeah, I was hoping there was a built-in thing. I was wondering if there was a built-in thing like math min or whatever. Or whatever always helps. What is this thing? Math max 0 resource minus amount to subtract. Ensures that it just makes it. All right, we don't want to do that. All right, so let's go back to here. And so we need to take the good data. Wait. We need to take the good data and we need to take double. So let's go back. I'm staring off into space because I'm in deep thought here. We need to take, let's go back to our Fisher's shed here. Where am I? So it's 1-to-1 for work, but each person does it. So we need to multiply it by 5. I'm going to put it this like somewhere, a note here. This is just a temporary note. Multiply the input goods by the max number of workers by the adjusted, because the player can fuck with that and we don't want them to stockpile too much stuff. Okay, so multiply the input goods by the adjusted max number of workers, because each worker is going to need so that each worker is going to need that, then multiply by the stockpile multiplier. Is that what I called that thing? Multiplier. All right, so each person that works there is going to need the input good, which is going to kind of throw off. So when we put in this wood 1 thing, it's saying that's per worker. So that's how we have to, I think, no, it is. We absolutely have to do it per worker. And so then input resource goods, we need to change this to say per worker. Man, that's a lot of math for the player. I mean, I know it's only like 5 times 1 in this particular case, but okay, so no, what we'll do is we'll do the math for it. So I need to make a thing in here, otherwise I'll forget. And for the player UI, we need to do the math for the player. We do the for input goods to multiply by, come on, the number of workers. Move to top. So we'll need to make this the input. So when we type it in to the inspector, to the Godot inspector, it's going to multiply it for us by this number. The less that we have to do it manually, like if we had to put in 5, because these numbers could change, that's also going to be by the adjusted. Get the fuck. I mean, my clicking today. Edit. By the adjusted number of workers. Okay. So it's going to go through, it's going to multiply the input goods by the adjusted max number of workers, then multiply by the stockpile multiplier. So let's think about this again from the top. Yeah, so the input goods needs to be per worker per day. We might want to be able to make those a float or something so that we could put in a half of one. We'll have to see when that happens. We might have to go back through and fuck with floats. I don't like fucking with floats though, because you always get some weird shit hanging off the end. You get some weird 0.9 at the end or something. Gather stockpiled goods. I'm gonna say stockpile goods. So then it's going to go through each one of these. So it's going through each input good, and there's probably an easier way to do this, but so if I think we need to incrementally do it. So the issue is we got to pull these from the county data as their goods. Am I still calling these resources? Well, we'll find out. Their goods supply, but we don't want it to happen once. And if there is enough give up, it needs to gather as many as it can. So we need it to, and we also need it to work with, so if you have prioritize clicked, it will go to this one first. So that's going to be, well, let's put that over here. Prioritized county improvements need to go first. And then we'll put this space there. So the hall master needs to check if the county data dot goods. How is this dictionary? What is this a dictionary? Good county type. And then a good data. The good data stores the amounts. Really? Is that how we have this? Why the fuck do we have an int on there then? And those other dictionaries. I need to go to my resources, my Godot resources. It's down here. We have an amount in there. Why are we putting the... Why do we have ints in those dictionaries? Maybe I forgot we had an amount. Why did I do that? This wouldn't be the first time I did something weird. So the county it's set up that way, but the county improvement data has input goods is see as a good data. I guess because I know why we're categorizing. Oh, I know why. It's because we're categorizing by good data because Godot doesn't allow you to put a. It doesn't put the name of the enum. It just puts the number, and that's useless to my brain. Looking at like number 6, good is not useful to me. Maybe one day they will improve that. So that's why it's a good data. It would have been good county good type. So anyways, but that doesn't do what we want here. So if the goods gather stockpile goods, so input goods, we're going to go for each input good key value pair dot value dot county good. Oh, we can't do that. Is this not a good? No, sorry, key. You motherfucker. County good type. If amount is greater than no, wait. Greater than key value pair value. So that's going to get if the amount that's in the goods of this key value pair is greater than this, then we're going to do something with it here. We're going to subtract it. But see, once again, we haven't multiplied it by 5 or whatever the number of workers yet. But let's do this real quick. When I say real quick, real slow. I think we got a problem here already. I don't know when I started doing this thing. this thought. Look, it just happened one day. Let's do a rich. No, we don't need to do that. Let's do a $sign here. And let's put in. Actually, I don't think we need to do a print yet here. I was going to test this, but it's pretty obvious how this works, right? Okay, so first off, we need to do this math with the max number of workers. For each one, we'll have an int stockpile amount needed, and it's going to equal this key value pair cut, and it's going to be times county improvements data dot adjusted max workers, and that's going to be times the globals instance dot stockpile multiplier. And then we're going to have this stockpile amount needed. So if there's enough goods, then we're going to subtract the stockpile amount needed. Then we're going to go copy. We're going to say stockpile amount, county improvements. I wonder if I'm going to be able to do this here. Stockpiled goods dot add key value pair dot or key See, we have that amount thing, and we could put the amount in this good data, but I don't think we should. We can do this. We can put this all. This is gonna be ugly. Let's not do this. I was gonna just put this all the math right in here, but I don't think I want to. Int. Actually, this is just stockpile amount needed. But we need to subtract this here. Minus equals. So that's what we needed to do. But this, so what if, but this is, you know, so let's use our example of wood here. There's 5 people working there. We needs 1 wood, and there's the stockpile multipliers too. So we need 10, and if then there's enough for 10, but let's say there's only 4 people but we don't want it. So how it's gonna not stockpile anything if there isn't enough, and so those 5. But we need to account for the chance of there being less than 3 workers. You know, we need to have enough we need to stockpile as much as we possibly can. So that the workers so every worker can attempt to work, so we can have like 1 person working. If we only have enough in the stockpile for 1 person to work, then they need to work there. And this actually also we have a different problem here that I just thought of. So they should try to take that amount. But we also don't want this amount to go over. So we would go in here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to incrementally do this. We're going to have to like have a for loop or some shit. So we incrementally go through. Man, that was a quick 45 minutes. So we'll incrementally go through and try to do this. And it's going to, yeah, we are going to have to do that. So this is, it's not needed. Yeah, I guess it is needed. I was going to say wanted. I think it's going to be wanted. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Not for each, ends equals I, less than stockpiled plus. I think we want this less than or equal to. No, we don't, because it's starting at 0. I always want to do that. I haven't done a for loop in forever, ever since I figured out what a for each loop was. Okay, so we're going to do this, but this is only if we're going to, but see, once again, we wanted to do that well, we can break out of here. We can break out of here with continue or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay, all right. I think I know what I'm doing. So we're going to we're going to take the counting good. You know what we also could do, I suppose, to make this less of a like not to have this whole line of shit here. We could do a good data, and we'll call this counting good, and we'll say it will equal this. We can cut that actually. And then we'll say county good here. Not that this is going to be here for much longer. So for int I equals 0, yeah, we're gonna go through this. We're gonna start at 0. And we are going, we need to, what is that try thing? I think we need to try. So we need, so, we can initialize this thing, which maybe we should. The stockpile amount, okay. Like I said at the beginning, obviously I didn't think this through or maybe I didn't say it. I didn't think this through very well at all. I started thinking about it right before I started streaming. Okay, so first things we need to do, and now I just forgot what we needed to do. Let's save this. So back to our hall master. Where's our hall master? Okay, I pinned him here. Let's move the hall master over here. So we need to initialize the stockpile dictionary when the game starts. And we don't want it, we could drag and drop shit in there, but I don't want to have we don't want to have a human do it because it'll just, it's fucking error prone bullshit. So let's go back to our county generation. No, so when this thing, where are we going to do this? So when the research is, well, I guess we are going to need to open up research. Research complete, I think is what it's called. It does something to all, okay, I guess it's not called that. Complete something. Set county improvement complete. This could be an if else, but I think I'll add more types. So this is, we don't want it here because this is when it's completed building. What we want, I'm almost positive it has the word. I think we're just going in circles now. Man, where was it? So let's follow I know where we start. In county generation here. I thought there it is. In county generation, it goes through and like it's setting max initial storage for the counties and stuff. It also, I don't know why we have so many spaces there. It's actually, I think it's in faction generation where it does this thing. Add starting research. So if the starting research is marked true, oh, we got rid of that thing. I forgot it was causing those 5 errors that would run. So we got rid of that thing. We used to have a getter setter that would run here and it would automatically fire off this shit. It was this complete research thing. Didn't I search for complete? So this adds the county improvement to all county improvements. So like around here somewhere is where we need to do this. This makes a copy of it. Oh shit, where did I put that thing? Where did I put my stockpile goods? We gotta go add this in here. Otherwise this won't work. Output goods. Stockpile goods. I'm going to put a note in. We're going to have to make sure that the stockpile goods are actually, that's not what I want. are actually copying. This is the thing I was mentioning earlier. Make sure stockpiled goods are actually copying, or actually duplicating and not just copying. So what happens is like we might have to write another method inside that to copy the stuff. This is like would be my main complaint about Godot. My is this thing. So I got to make a stockpile goods here, but then this is going to copy over the dictionary. But I don't think it actually copies over the dictionary. It just copies over the reference. So it's just referencing the same. You know, it's a dictionary, so it probably should be okay. Except that we had to do something with our output goods, which was also a dictionary. We had to go through, and that's what this is down here, is it makes it goes through each thing and it returns it. So we might have to do that again here. I'm wondering, input goods, it doesn't matter. Input goods doesn't matter because they don't have their own thing, but stockpile goods do. This may need a copy function or method. So input goods, those never change. It's always the same, and it's not keeping track of any number. Like things aren't changing in the game. It's always a Fisher shed's always going to take 1 wood. And all Fisher sheds take 1 wood, so that doesn't change. But these stockpile goods, they are going to change because it's going to keep the number of things stockpiled there. So back to what I was doing. We have this thing's here. We were under faction generation here. Wherever it went. Global suppressions, we don't need you open. So it adds this to the research. We go do that. This is not what we want. Add starting research. So this adds it to there, but then there's another step. There was complete something. We don't need this building dialogue thing open. We don't need token movement open. We don't need skill data open. What is all this crap open? Player controls? No. County, yeah, we may need these other things. Research item data. That wasn't incomplete, was it? It was. Here it is. So basically, we need this to happen whenever research is complete, which is right here. We need to generate this dictionary of that is the stockpile goods, and then we can check against the dictionary and for an error check. That's why we're going to all these links here. Generate stockpile goods dictionary. That will make it. Otherwise, then whatever. And we have a county improvement in here, so we're going to pass in a county improvement. Oh, fingers. And whoops. This is what we want, but it needs to go here. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on, self. County improvement data. Then make this lowercase. But we're outside the thing here. So what is this doing? Research complete. Nope. Nope. Yes. Generates the stockpile goods dictionary that is used, whatever. All this, even though that's obvious, generate, that's what that says, but we'll put that in there anyways. All right, so this then needs to go for each. we have this almost exact thing here in the hall master. For each of input goods, go back to our research item. This is in the research item data, for fuck's sake. I'm going to put this in the hall master. Let's put this thing, since I have it on my clipboard. This is going to go in the hall master. We're going to cut this, put you over here. And you're going to go over here. Then we're going to do this. And then we're going to shut up. County improvement. Stockpile goods dot add key value pair key 0. Then we're gonna make this static. Oh, can we make it static with that thing passing in? We can. All right, we're gonna make this static. We're gonna go back to our bug that I left here just so I could do this. See, I think ahead sometimes. Hall master. What is your problem? Due to its protection level. Yeah. There we go. I'll give this a second. All right. So the hall master is going to generate the stockpile goods thing. This is it's going to pass this in for each county improvement when the research is done. I'm trying to kind of like spread out when all of these like background tasks happen so that they're not all impacting like right at the beginning of the game. You just don't get flooded. Like if you, I don't know if you've ever started Victoria 3, but Jesus Christ. For a Paradox game, that game takes, you know, CK3 is pretty bad too. This computer that I'm using right now is mediocre. And sometimes it's like 20 minutes for Victoria 3 to start. I notice now they have a compile, it says that it's compiling shaders. It didn't used to say that. But man, like if you switch between mods in Victoria 3, might as well fucking go on vacation and come back. Fly to Hawaii. It's like an 8-hour flight or something. Just from where I'm at. Actually, I don't remember how long. It's very long. That's how about fly to Japan, and so that'd be long for anyone unless you're in Japan or China, I guess, or Korea. All right, so whatever. Fly a long distance. All right, so we're generating this goods thing. It's going to then put that in there. Let's go back to this because what I would like to do is make sure that this is exported so we can look at it in the inspector. And it is. So I think I have some other half-ass thing in here, but let's see if we can build this because then I'll check. We'll check to see it on a county improvement somewhere, I guess. So this is going to fire off sometimes. Let's see what this is. I think this is that old for each that is left. Yeah. No, this is an element with the same key already exists at 33. Hallmaster, your first job. You've failed me. So it's going through this, it's adding that's on the county improvement data. So each county improvement data should already, what are you talking about? This key already exists. I'm going to take a quick break, actually. This is a perfect time. And I'm going to I bought 2 of these things. They kind of make my stomach hurt. They're gross, kind of. Man, I don't know if the quality has gone down or my tastes have just changed. Like I said, I also try not to give Starbucks money because Starbucks treats its employees like dog shit. But I bought two of them, and so that's like $8 worth of coffee. I like to complain about the cost of things. My mom does as well, so I consider it genetic. It's probably not. It's probably just because I grew up with her. All right, I'm going to throw up my break timer here, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back and taking my phone out of my pocket and taking out my break timer and hitting play on music that you guys can hear. All right, what is this thing's problem? So it's adding this key. I didn't think about this at all when I was outside. From the input goods, and it thinks it already did it. And we have this, maybe this is in the wrong spot. Where was that thing? That was under research items. Well, I don't think we're going to need this open. We can always reopen it, right? So this is going through. It's going through each. Let's look. Maybe we can see it in the remote here. This is going to be in a county level, right? Now this is going to be the faction level. I was going to say we're missing some factions, but it croaked at the player faction, it looks like. So it did some of them. Got the Fisher's shed in here. It thinks this is the same key. An element with the same key exists. Is it possible that these county improvements aren't copying? That would make sense if the county improvements, this back to that thing I was just talking about, that the county improvements weren't, oh, well, this one has all four. So one of these should be research. Can you go back? Yeah, you can. So one of these should be a research office, which is right there. And then these other three, so it makes these three, these aren't copying. We can check right here, 131. This is different then. Because it was a different number on it. Object ID is 508. Let's go back to this one, 508, and we'll look for 508. Yeah, 508 isn't on here. So that is different. So that's not, I was worried these weren't copying after all, like the duplicate versus copying, which is, they're synonyms, so. But, you know what it is? It's not that those aren't copying. Those are copying. But the dictionary isn't copying. This shit is always the problem, man. I'm trying to put this lid back on this Frappuccino bullshit. Okay, so the question that I had earlier, did I even finish putting that in as a thing? Yeah, they are not duplicating. So we got to go back over to this thing, and we got to. We're returning a thing here. I was wondering if we could just put in. I guess we'll write a new one of these. It's going to be pretty much identical, though. We could pass in. Oh, no, these are different. This is production data. Output goods is production data, is the. Wait. Oh, this is output goods, not input goods. I was thinking this is input goods for some reason. So these are going to be different. So what we're going to have to do is. I mean, we could. This is going to be pretty much the same. We could probably make this work. Copy, stockpile, goods. And this is going to be stockpiled. And this is going to be int. And then what is this new copy thing? Oh man, I did a production data new copy in there. But this is, what are we doing? We're going through the copied dictionary key. Item in stockpile good is the key equals we don't need to do the production data. The key we need item the key equals item key. Oh no, this is the value. No? So normally I say key value pair here, and maybe that's part of my confusion. This is some ChatGPT shit. So the copy dictionary, we are equaling this, and it's going to be the key value. I feel like this should be key, but it doesn't like that because it's the same thing. Oh, we still have production data up here is the problem. This is an int, and this is an int. So it's going to copy, let's see here. We're returning the copied dictionary, which is a goods data and an int. Yeah, we need to be able to see this. So good in the inspector. I was thinking we could do it with the enum. So we got the ints. It's gonna, for each one of these, it needs to equal this key is going to equal the value. There we go. And then we're gonna go up to here and we're gonna go copy stockpile goods. Now let's see if this works. I have a feeling it's not though. Still got our 4 bugs down there from last time. Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to not... Look at that. We have some other choke. I'm going to do everything I can to not have it take the load time that Victoria 3 does. Same key already exists. This is the Hall Master still. I wonder why I had to do a copy of the production data. Oh, because the production data... I had to write a whole new thing in production data for this copy. But we're just bringing over an int. I wonder if this is not doing anything. So the good data is the key, and that doesn't matter. The good data doesn't matter. It's the ints. Let's double check this because maybe it's something else in here that's going wrong. Dictionary, Hallmaster, 33. And it gets through the first one. Just double check this. Yep. And then it chokes on the second one. So each, this is a negative number. Each, oh, I guess it's not. It just shows a negative number. I forget what I was going to say. Each something. And I'd open up this second thing. This might be too much coffee for me, but we'll find out. I mean, it's Sunday, right? All right, so let's see here. I think it's this thing. So it's hitting the complete research, which is what it should do. And this is the first research that it's completing. We could, to like narrow this down a little bit, we could do this thing. And then we'll see what happens with just one thing, which is the research office. The research office doesn't have any input goods, I don't think. Yeah, the research office doesn't have any input goods, so that's not going to give us any basic storage. Gives us one item. We have 0 input goods there. No, that's output goods. Inputs, we have none here. We can put one in here. I was just trying to narrow it down so we don't have like 3 things going off. Let's put in an input good here. And I gotta remember how to do this. I put in the README because I knew that I would forget. So we gotta go. The input good, we need a good. Let's put in. This is let's put in some fish. No. Oh wait, we gotta do this. Let's put in a fish and let's make this 1. There we go. And then we can go back up to our, yeah, that's right. Then we got to go back up to our research. Which is here. We're going to uncheck this. We already did that. We're going to uncheck this. Oh, we can't. There's no prereq. God damn it. Okay, so we'll just do this production one. It'll be fine. We'll reduce 1. We'll take off 1 thing. It's just going to give us the same error, though. I don't think this is copying. I wonder how we would tell. We could look at the remote. We could look at the remote all. Oh, are you dying sooner? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. So then we want to look at stockpile goods 0. Fisher shed should be. So this is the first faction. It hits this. It's weird that there's no keys in there, huh? GD prints, generate stockpiled goods. Stockpiled goods dictionary. Input. If I could type. Key value pair. So I need a squigs and I need a $sign over here. Key value pair. Key. Good name. And then we're going to go another one. Actually, let's just run that and see what it's doing. Yesterday I took some of the GD prints out of there, but I don't know if I took enough. Do I have something dumb in here? No, this is stockpile goods. There's another way we can do this, actually. We can go like that. So this generates it. Wonder if that will do anything, because I just saw that on the other one, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. I mean, that's going to make them 0. And if it's already there, it won't add it again, but it's, yeah, see, this is the problem, though. This might work, but it's going to not solve the real issue. We don't have any way to look at it here, but let's look at our remote. Yeah, we got all of our things here. Come on, man. We're in faction 1. I'm going to take a screenshot of this so that I can compare these numbers if I have to. And let's look at like just some other, oh, we got to faction, yeah. Faction data, all right, so these numbers are different. So this is definitely cut. So this is the screenshot I just took. And so we're definitely making a duplicate of this. We're not copying. It's not pointing at a reference, which is what I was a little bit scared of. But then this, oh look, we have an object ID in here. What are we on? Faction 3. We can take a screenshot of this thing and see if this is our problem. So this is 329. If we go up to here, we can go down to, I don't remember which one I was clicked on. This has 0. There's nothing there. Can we search? I see a filter here. Can we do this? Let's go back to, we were on 3. We know that this is in here somewhere. Let's go back to what I was looking at. I think it was this one. It is. Why would faction 3 have it, but the other ones don't? I wonder if I found some other weird shit that's happening. Let's go back here. The Fisher Shed is the one that, yeah, these are all 0. That's the Fisher Shed. And that's on faction 1, though. Faction 2, what do you got, faction 2? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is working. You have it. It's the same one. That's the problem. It's the same. But what's the problem with you, Faction 3? Oh, wait. Was I not? What the fuck? It's right there. No, Faction 3. Faction 1 was the one that didn't have it. I wonder if I have something that's making these guys not complete their research and I just am forgetting about it. All right, but we do know that this is not copying. That's the problem. So let's figure that out first. So let's go back to our county improvement data. Oh, this only happens on the new county improvement data. But it still should have created a new one. But there's nothing in there. So I bet you that's why this isn't working. So it's not creating a new one here. So this isn't going to do us any good. So let's do stockpile goods. What we need to do is go back, save this, go back to our hall master here. And then what we need to do is make a copy here. So we should be able to go like new copy. Oh, fuck you. Where was that thing? It's public. Oh, it's called copy. Copy stockpile goods. Let's see if this does something. It's weird that this didn't print either. We don't need it. We don't need this for each. We just need this to go up here. Key value pair. I guess this isn't going to do us any good either. And we'll just comment this out temporarily. So this should make a copy of the stockpile goods. I don't know if this is going to work. Now I've like lost what we're doing, you know? This is a constant issue. And I don't think Godot is working on it. Let me see here. Copy resources. You can create a duplicate by using, no, that doesn't work. No, I want to look at the, what the fuck are the comments? Fucking Reddit. Yeah, me too. The properties have to be exported to be duplicated. Already is, but let's double check. Maybe it isn't. So there's this weird thing that I run into on my other channel more so than on this one, but there's people who are like diehard fanboys, I guess is the term. Fanboy seems like a weird term to me. But anyways, yeah, it is exported. They will fight for shitty things to the end of their life. They will die on the hill of shitty. And it often blows my mind. Like everyone should be in agreement that this is trash. That this resource copying thing is not good. Yeah, I already did that. How do you export a resource? Let's just all agree that not deep copying. A choice between deep and shallow copy. And so you can put, when you do a duplicate of a resource, this is actually not even a resource. This is a dictionary that I'm trying to copy. And you can put in there true. This is from 1 month ago. There's an open PR. Why didn't you link to the PR there, Tom? If you duplicate a node, so this is basically, will copy over the var values will not. Yeah, because it's not actually copying over the thing. It's tricking you. It's just fucking you, is basically what it's doing. And you have to write your own thing to do it. Let's see here. Issue. PR. Uh-oh. Is this, they probably just, what is this? It's open. So wait. Yeah, no, this is, so something else is going on here. It is, I mean, it is the duplicate thing, but so this thing is supposed to be duplicating, and we can see that this is a new county improvement because the ID is different, right? But these are all linked. This is just like a thing. I guess we ran it, and then what happened? Did we already check? That was the one we were checking. I think it was. I can't remember now. Let me double check. It shouldn't be that horrible, except there was some weird shit where we... faction ID is 0. We need all... This one doesn't get it at all. I wonder, like I said, I'm wondering if I have like faction 1 starts as a different research level or something. Because I did do something like that. You got nothing. You got nothing. It's a constant issue. Shipbirds, what about you? Fisher's Shed. You got nothing, so we didn't get... Oh, because there's nothing there. The fuck, man? Okay. Then we're gonna do this. So we have a new copy of the stockpile. Why can't I just do a new... This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. I was about to say, why can't I just make this a new stockpile goods? I can do that. Get rid of this thing. Oh, I don't think it's gonna work though. But we'll get rid of this thing. We'll do this. We'll go stockpile goods equals this. We have a new one. Darian, how's it going? We'll have a new one of these, and then we'll do this thing to the what we had before that I deleted. Stockpile goods up here equals, we need this thing though. We need this over here. Oh, and YouTube comments are working. That's good. We want this to be the value. Or the key, I mean. And then this is going to be the value. I don't think this is going to work. But we got to try it. And then we'll see our failures again. Maybe I should put maybe I should put it back to add so that we error out every time, because we know that that's the problem. If I put add in there, we'll error out. we want this to go here. And we'll figure out why this isn't getting its thing later. Null is not what I expected. I know that feeling. You know, I've noticed that my motivation is definitely, so this one worked. Well, we got, wait, it's the same number as last time? Well, I guess we don't have that, but 329. I definitely noticed that my motivation for doing fun stuff like programming or whatever is controlled. Yeah, it's the same thing. What do you mean 1? Oh, right. No, this should be 0. Uh, so if I have like a work week that's fucking crazy, like I don't feel like streaming and shit because I just want to sit on my ass and stare at the wall. And it's a bummer because, you know, like some weeks my work is very laid back and I wish that was the case all the time. We need this thing to goddamn work. Copy. We want this. Let's try this. I don't know why the first one's not getting it. I think it's possible that we have there's a setting in there that they are getting different things. I forget where you were working on, Taryn. Oh, well, that. Because this is wrong. This is wrong. Input goods. Is that right? No, wait, no, we're in this thing. Stockpile. No, that was right. Go back. We're in this thing. Over here in the hall master. That does have input goods. I was thinking that was the. So this doesn't work. Actually, what error did we get? It's a different one. Object. Oh, this is because I don't have the thing. mine, you know, mine is most of my, because I'm my IT manager, but that's kind of a glorified title. I mostly just like help desk, like 50 to 75% of my work is help desk, but it's the days when it's because I didn't put a new on here. It's the days when other things, like I'm doing my normal help desk stuff and other things get in the way and pile up. And we're about to move offices at my work, and it's been a lot of build up for that. So I don't think this works still, but we can check with our remote here. I think this one's going to be still 0 here. But you know what? If we had the research turned on, oh wait, we have something. It's the 329. So this one should be 329. But the next one, well, the next one should be something else. It's still 329. Let's put this in add, back to add, because then when we had add, we were bugging out, and that will let us know that there's something wrong here. So how do we need to make this copy better? How do we fucking do this? Because it doesn't like this. There's nothing in here at this point. This is just assigning that shit. We can try duplicate. We could try duplicate and see. Maybe it's changed. But that, yeah, no, that would be the spot because when it's creating a new one of these. No, it didn't work. I wonder if we have to do something crazy. Like we go like a good data equals new equals new, and then we go like good data equals, then like we go duplicate here or some shit. And what's your problem? Oh, it wants us to cast it. And then we do like good data here. There we go. Good data here. Whoops. Got a capital G there. Let's try this crazy shit. This crazy shit. I mean, we'll know because we won't get bugs, but there we go. We got a bug. Yeah, it already exists. All right, let's think this through again. So we have a dictionary. We want to make a copy of the fucking dictionary. When we get a new county improvement data, we need a new copy of this dictionary. We can't be the same copy everywhere. And this is the problem that we're running into, is that this thing, when we make a copy of the county improvement data, it's not creating a new one. Oh man, see, so these guys I put a thing in Twitch that bans anyone with the word viewers, and so now they've started to change the V. Like, how do they think that this would help them? So like the letter V has the thing. I'm gonna copy the text. Like that, this is actually gonna get them viewers. I'm gonna add this to my list. I always have to remember where this shit is. Moderation. It's not there. Blocked terms. We want this. We want this. See, I have another one too. Enter a term that is blocked. Add. Looks like we blocked six of those things though. Viewers. And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna ban the shit out of this person. Ban the shit out of this person. We're going to report him as well. This person is an idiot. They got to do something. Twitch needs to do something about this. Selling viewers. And then we're going to do that. We're going to block the person, and then we're going to ban them. And then there they go. Okay. All right, so it's not making a copy of this stockpiled goods. When this thing is being generated, it needs to make a new copy of this every time. I wonder if we could just go like... Well, the problem is that are we making other copies of this anywhere? I don't think we are. I'm going to put a note up here. This... Well, let's make sure that it works. So what I was thinking is maybe we down here, we just say new equals. Wonder if that will do anything. We already have it up there, but let's see if that does something. The problem is we will not be making a copy of it then. That didn't work. Let's go back to this thing. Go back. Let's do this duplicate again. But you can put true in here. Let's see if that does anything. I do this, it's like the same process I go through every single time we do this, and none of it works. Nope. All right. Hear that sigh of exasperation. What was this other thing? Deep equals false. So we're not even getting an... Is it because... What if it's because of this? This is exported. I mean, what if it's because of this is making it, but then when we do the new copy, we need this over here. I wonder if we also could do it like a new... Godwin, how's it going? Why not use GD script? Because I'm more familiar with... I came from Unity, so I'm more familiar with C#. New... Godot collections dictionary. What is this thing? Good data. Are you a GD script person? Int. And then, whoops. And this isn't how you do this though. I want to force it. And I haven't had to type in a new thing in so long I can't even remember how to do it. Let's try that. And I do think that C# is a more powerful language too than GD script. And then there's a whole other reason that I think this doesn't really apply to me because I'm not trying to get a job in development, but if you were trying to get a job in development, GD script or any type of programming job, GD script is not going to be very employable, but C# is definitely going to be. All right, so none of this shit works. So we got to think of a new way to do this then. Yeah, none of this shit works. So this one, it's definitely not copying, but luckily it doesn't matter. So how do we get this thing to work down here? Yeah, this duplicate, we tried this garbage. Let's try it again. Yeah, intelligence is pretty good. Using C#, are those annoying? I haven't had any weirdness with it. I guess at the beginning I had some weirdness. I wrote like a few custom signals, and I was quite surprised how easy that was. And I think it's really easy in GD script too. I was dreading it, and then I forget what I had to do. We need to go county improvement data, stockpile. Let's try this copy thing again. I think this is going to be the path we're going to have to go down, but we got to make that work somehow. Did you try? I tried out the, what's it called? Not ChatGPT. What's the one that's it comes with GitHub? I tried it out for like a month because got a free thing. And so actually, I tried it out for their free trial and it worked really well. And then I started paying for it. Hey, look at this one. Look at this right here. Will this work? We're going to go new Godot array. It's a dictionary, but good data. Anyways, I used it for like, I was pretty impressed with it actually when I first started using the whatever the GitHub one is. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Copilot. Oh, is it Copilot? Wait, I don't. Whatever. And it would fill in stuff like it would give me suggestions that were things it was doing what I wanted to do, but in ways I hadn't thought of, and I was like pretty stoked on it. And then it turned to gibberish. Like it just started spouting off gibberish, constant gibberish. So it looks to me like what we're doing here, over here, is that. Let's try that. That looks like it's working somewhere else. So if we get the 4 bugs here, we'll look and we'll see if maybe there's something else going on. Yeah, we still got the 4 things. Is this the same? Oh, we're getting a null exception this time. Null exception makes me feel like we're doing something, right? We got something going on. Where is this at? 221. Oh, that's probably because we need this. Yeah, so Joker, he comes into chat sometimes. He saying that he pretty much always just custom writes the signals. I think that's what he was saying, and I was like, really? Like that seems crazy to me. And then I did a couple of them, and I was like, wow, custom signals are actually really easy. So how do we do this? We need a dictionary. Dictionary won't copy. No, that doesn't work. Creates a shallow copy. Duplicated 2 years ago. Let's find something a little sooner, more recent. Yeah, it's the same problem. Okay, all right. What if we get fucking insane here? Here we go. I have an idea. What happens if we go crazy, like a crazy person? We go down here. We get rid of this thing. This is what we're gonna do. Are we on the right thing? We are. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna make this a C# dictionary. And we're gonna go we're gonna make this a C# dictionary. But then it can't be We're gonna have a new dictionary. We're gonna go through all of with this weird shit. This is weird shit. Let's get this weird shit out of here. We're gonna go through the copied dictionary. We're going to put the key value pair. Is that what we were doing down here? No. Value key, and then this is going to be the value of this thing. So now we have this C# dictionary. So then let's convert the C# dictionary back to a Godot dictionary. I don't know how the fuck we're going to do that. I guess we go for each. We're going to need... this is going to be the C copy. Let's rename this. We're going to go C copy dictionary. Then we're going to have another dictionary. Dot dictionary. Good data int equals new. Oh, we got to name it. We're going to go Godot. Godot copied dictionary. And then we're going to say this one. So it's going to be like that. And then we're going to go back with this thing. We're going to do this key value pair here. We're going to take this thing, and we're going to take our C# copied dictionary, and we're going to go through, and we're going to return the Godot thing, though. And we're going to go, for each one of these, the Godot copied dictionary, it's going to be the key value. These can be the same name? I guess so. Key equals value plus 1. No. Then we're going to return this shit. Let's see what this craziness does. So we take the Godot dictionary, we make it into a C dictionary, then we make it back into a Godot dictionary, and then we put it over here. It's going to be like, nah, it's fine. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Actually, it got to the second thing before it croaked. All right, so what if we do this? What if we go through, we get rid of this, we go back to this being copied dictionary. Well, we can just get rid of this line. We go, this is a copied dictionary. And then oops, I got rid of my return. Then we go for each key value pair, did I already do this? I think I already did this. Okay, so that's not going to work. Did I do duplicate though? We go good data. Let's look at good data. Your previous 2 messages were deleted. Let me look. On YouTube. The last one, I don't know, I'm not that familiar with the YouTube's blocking system. The last one that I see from you is I saved for the C# just for IntelliSense. Let me look if there's like some sort of moderation thing over here. There's a thing that's turned off. Moderation activity was turned off, so I couldn't see it, but I just turned it on. Community moderation? What is this? Oh God, what are we looking at? Discard changes. Post, can you post one of them again? And I think I'll be able to see what it says now. I hope. I'm logged in as me. That was more of a statement to myself. Um, okay, so good data, it's all exported except for this amount. And I don't think it would let me or something. I mean, this isn't the problem, though. It's not the amounts for the good data that's the problem. Let me go back over here. Sometimes this little thing has issues. I don't think this has any moderation things, though. This little stream ninja. Copy dictionary. So we're going to do good data. Good data. I think we already did this. Equals new. Whoops. I wonder. I don't have a copy in here. Okay. The problem's the dictionary, not the. Oh, we gotta go new. Ner? Yeah, we already did this. And then we went good data equals key value pair key. Let's put a duplicate on here. I don't know if I did that. I think I did. Yeah, then we had to cast it as a good data. All right, let me look. Sorry. It doesn't say anything. Let's see if I can change my chat. All messages will be viewable. I don't see any. Timestamps? Well, turn on timestamps too. Everything needs a timestamp. I don't see anything. So on YouTube, I have like no moderation pretty much. It's probably bad. I probably shouldn't say that either. It has like the most basic moderation. And there are a couple of people blocked, but that's not you, obviously, because you can post sometimes. Yeah, I don't see anything on here. The person that I banned was on Twitch. I mean, it wasn't a person. It was a machine. Let me see. I can go to another computer. I'm curious. And look at YouTube. And then look at myself, which is strange. Yeah, it shows me the same thing. On my like admin side, it's not an ad, whatever. It's on my other side. Yeah, it's definitely weird, especially because some of your posts are coming through. I'm assuming you're not putting, like the N word or something. So this is a problem with duplicating resources in Godot. So I want it to be a new object. I want it, that's what I'm trying to get it to do, and it's not doing it. And I need it to be a new object or it doesn't work. And so the issue is, and this is a regular occurrence, that's why there's all this garbage in this resource. So this resource, when we create a county, it's actually at the faction level. Each faction has a list of all of the county improvements that they can build. And when it makes a copy of them, where I want it to make a duplicate of them, not a copy, every faction needs a unique copy. And so that's working, except it's not copying the dictionary. So all of the unique copies right now that are of the county improvement datas have the same copy of this dictionary. So I can't interact with this dictionary because they all have the same one. And that's the 4 bugs that I keep getting, is because it's like, hey, you're already trying to add this thing to a dictionary when it's already there, when it shouldn't be there, because it should be a duplicate, and it's not duplicating. It's just a reference, all pointing to the same dictionary on all of the county improvements. So, and this is a regular occurrence with copying resources, which is why we have this. This actually works for most things, but this is a list, and this works though. But I guess what I did is I went inside and I made a new copy. So, and I don't want to do this. I guess this is probably what we're gonna have to do. So inside this, I'm making another copy of a thing. So it's like I'm making a copy of the county improvement. Sorry, I'm making a duplicate of the county improvement. And then in this production data, I'm making a duplicate of the production data. It's all related to these custom resources that I have. This one works fine, so I guess I'm going to have to do this. I was kind of trying to not do that because I don't want to. It should just copy, you know what I mean? Oh, but you know what? The good data isn't copying. Wait, maybe this is a different issue. No, it's the same one. So we need a duplicate of this good data, and I don't know if I tried this. So let's try this, and let's see if I make sure I saved it. Is everything saved? Let's just do this just to make sure. It's a huge pain in my ass, and this comes up all the time. And it usually it takes me a long time to figure out that this is the problem, but I guess it's because it's happened so many times. I'm usually like, what is going on? Why are these numbers the same? The whole game's busted. Let's make sure that this is the same issue. Yeah, the same key already exists, so it's trying to add. This is in there. That's why I put it back to add instead of. So duplicate doesn't work. Let's put true in here. Let's go through this whole process again. We're going to have to put it in good data, though. And we're going to have to do a new copy in good data, I think is what we're going to have to do. Which isn't that terrible, but you need to make an abstract class which sets default values in it and then implement some realizations. I need some realizations in real life. I mean, you know what I'm saying. And modifies values as you want. So the abstract class thing, were you the person who mentioned it originally? I looked it up and I did like, not did a tutorial, I watched like a video on it. And I thought abstract, so the thing that I thought those were used for like things that weren't fully implemented yet. All right, that didn't do anything. So let's go to our production data, wherever that was. Let's go to this thing. Let's make a copy of this. It looks pretty much exactly what we're doing here. Where's our good data? This doesn't look, making a copy of that is probably not very useful, but let's put this down here just as a reference here. This is going to be a good data. This is going to be a good data. And we're going to rename this thing to good data. And then we're going to go good. man. Good data. I'm going to rename this to good data. And then we kind of got a lot of things in here. Let's hopefully we don't need to rename any of this crap. I guess I need more of this. Yeah, so I forget what was telling me about what the exact. So I tried also to. I was excited to use the fuck am I talking? Is it called? What the fuck is it called? It's I was looking forward to using not an interface. Uh, class one. That looks like insanity, man. I'm gonna bring this over. I guess people can see that in chat. I looked up, or I was gonna do. God, what is that thing called? Is it an interface? And why is my brain suddenly stopped working? I guess it's kind of common too. Delegates? No. Dependency? C# interface. Yeah, it was. It was an interface. So I looked up, or I finally was like, holy shit, I get to use an interface, and I forget what it was for. Oh, I remember now. So I used to have two different types of goods. I had faction goods and county goods. And I was like, I can finally use an interface so that they have matching shit. And then I could put in, like, when I go through a list or whatever, I could have it so they were checking the interface was the thing they were checking against for eaches and all that stuff. And then I started to implement it, and I had all sorts of issues because of some Godot export stuff. And the way that when I looked it up, everyone was like, just use a resource instead of it. Interface is what classes do. Abstract class is what class look like. Huh. I guess I need to look at that again. Yeah, so then when I Googled it, like to how to get around the problems I was having, everyone was like, just in Godot, just use a resource. They're equivalent. Look at it. It keeps wanting me to put good name down there. Get the fuck out of here. Which was kind of a bummer. So no interfaces. I just used resources instead, and I normally IntelliSense is better than that. I took a screenshot of this so I knew all the things were here. I'm gonna take a break in a second. Perishable. Is that oh, okay, no. I was gonna say, is this a bool? Failure rate? See, now it's rocking. I guess we'll do this. I don't actually think it needs to. We need to be copying these getter setters. All right, so that's all the ones I have a screenshot. Oh, nice. I'm always wanting more people to join the conversation. I'm looking at the wrong thing on Discord. I usually don't. It's like I use it as my personal thought instead of like on Twitter or something. Where is this thing? No, we're doing good data. We did amounts. So all we have left is max amount. Like I said, I don't know if I need to copy over these, but we'll do it anyways. What's the worst thing that could happen, right? Okay, so now we have a new copy for this. I don't believe that this actually can be static. And then we're going to go back to, not to the hall master. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to make it like this thing. So we're going to go, this is going to be new copy. But we need to pass in, you can go away. We need to pass itself in, basically. And then we're going to have this good data. Oh, I didn't put good data down here, so that was something. And then the value right now is going to be 0, but I want to make this so that we can make a copy of this just in case later. And then I'm going to take a quick break. Abstract is what classes look like. I need to definitely look at that again. Trying to get better at organization. All right, that didn't work either. Maybe there's something else going on here, and I'm just assuming. It's the same key thing. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Let me throw up my break timer. Let me close all these dashboards. I have a bunch of like streaming dashboards there open. And let me put in my break timer. And I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to minimize that so you can read that. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Did the Discord link not work? That's on there? That's on my description? Let me do this. I wonder if this used to work. I wonder if it still does. Well, I gotta spell Discord right though. It doesn't work. That's great. I have it on. I'll post it in here. Um, I have a checklist that has all my info on it. This link doesn't work. Let me go to here. Oh, I'm Lord Haywire in there. Clock Universe as well. I have like 5 names. So I used to be in another group of people that know me as Clock Universe, and so I told them I wouldn't change it so they could find me again. So I told them I wouldn't change my my name. So that's the real name is Clock Universe, and then but I go by Lord Haywire on my other channel, and then this is so that's all of it. That's the whole the whole thing. Okay. This didn't work. Did we test this and it didn't work? Yeah, we tested this and it didn't work. My break timer's off. Good. All right. This coffee is definitely more caffeine than my normal coffee. Well, I drank 2 of them too. All right. So let's think about this. So the new copy doesn't work. Let's look at our new copy. We're passing a good data. We're doing all of these things. So we needed an abstract class is what you're saying. This might be above my head here. I remember when I argued with ChatGPT about this, it just kept saying like, no, this is not how this works. So I'm using a Godot collection. What did we do down here? Is there something different? This is copied. They call this item, but whatever. We got stockpile goods. We don't have this. I guess we could go back to how this does it. We could go like this. And then we can go like this. We can make these identical, basically, is what I'm doing. And then this can just go. We got 2 of these. This is copying the value, but that's for the good thing. So we need to copy the key. Oh, it's trying to equal this. So we would need to add this thing. We would go to here. For each one of these, we're going to add the key. Then we need a comma. And then we're going to add the value. Pair dot value. I guess we'll try this. I don't think this is going to work either. Nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to work ever. It's always this duplicate thing. Let's make sure we're not getting a different error. You can come back over here. We have our copy stockpile goods there. We have our copied output goods here. We're doing our new copy down here with our good data. Let's double check our thing. So we had good data and we had production data was what it worked before with production data. Did I close production data? I guess I never. There's less stuff in here. Nothing really. We have the new there, good data. We're doing the new copy of the key and we're adding the value. What does this say? Is this saying yeah, it's the key. That's the problem. Yeah, it's the key. It's always the key. And then where is this error happening? This is happening at faction 65 on research item. I guess I closed research item too? Man. I'm on a roll here with closing things. Research item data. So this is at the complete generate. That's what it's doing it at, right? We're gonna go through here. 35 on the hall master. We do have this copy in here twice, so maybe that is part of the. Maybe that's. We might need to change this over too. So maybe it's because we were doing that twice. Maybe that was the whole thing, is I wasn't checking far enough. I got sidetracked over in another part of the script there. All right, this is probably the same error, but we got to do something else here. We can't add this stuff. We need to equal. Yeah, it's the same. So we need this to go key, comma, no, equals 0. And we'll get rid of that in a second if this works. But remember, sometimes this works, but it wasn't really working. Okay, so it's pretending to work for us. So let's go to remote. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. See, this one has a 0 again. This is 1. This one has it. So the 39891. We might be onto something, except for that one weird shit. I just needed to go back through everything and double check it, I guess. 297. Okay, so these are different now. Now, why the fuck doesn't this one have one? Why don't you have one, Faction 1? You don't get no stockpile goods. What about you? Do you get one? All improvements. And it has a different number. Okay, so we finally got that. So part of that was my fuck up. But now we have something doing something. I don't know why it's doing those freakouts. That's what happens when you're on the dev version. Okay, so why aren't you getting one? We're in faction ID of 0, so that's faction 1. And it's null. There was a thing a long time ago in research where I was having certain places start with different research. Let's do this and see what happens. Because this should give us a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stockpiles. This was not the problem I thought I would run into this morning. I guess it's noon now, so it's not the morning anymore. Let's go the whole copying of things. We need to be faction 1. All. So I have 6. What are we on? Converted warehouse is not going to do us what we want here. Fisher's shed. Stockpile good is null. So the first one, it always is failing. Or we're not getting what we want. But you are 023. 344. Okay, so those are different. So that's all working. But now we need, except that we got to figure out why faction 0 isn't getting it. So I think on our, that's not where we want to be. We want to be on our faction generation. We had add starting research. I'm wondering if I had a thing that was like skipping. Let's see. I mean, the research looks right, but let's double check this. Actually, it said a thing, and we already had an output that was talking about this, so complete research. AI 3, AI 2. All right, so that is the thing we just added in here. Oh, and it also had the stuff that we completed. So it completes the stuff. So I wonder why. Let's look at our completing of research, which is under research ID data. But we don't, this doesn't fire at the beginning of the game. Otherwise, we'd have a bunch of these. Faction parent. The faction ID. If this equals that, then we put that out there. It's weird that we don't get those at the beginning. If the county improvement length, this is the county improvements in the research, we put in the faction ID. This is where it breaks. It looks like we had some other issue right here a long time ago. Sets the max builders. It adds county improvement to all county improvements. What does this do? It makes a new copy of the county improvement. And then it reorders, alphabetize the list by improvement name. I guess. Sure. And then we had it doing... The fuck did that thing go? I think I got that thing turned on again, where it only shows one line. I want it to show like 10 lines of shit. 10 rows. Faction data. So we add this with the county improvement, and then we do the generate stockpile goods dictionary after this. It's getting alphabetized at that point, but I figure it would throw off all of them if that was the problem. But we should probably put this in here. Let's see what that does. It probably isn't going to do anything, but it should probably be in there anyways. This is a labyrinth. This is some spaghetti code here. We don't need to do that. We need to go to here. 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 So look, it has it now. 051. And they're different. Let's check all of them. I just want to make sure because there was one that wasn't getting it and all I did was move some shit. Okay, so those are all different. Didn't we also add an input good? That's a research item. Oh, I guess I didn't add this? I thought I added a... Oh, no, it was on the scouting. Yeah, so we have one wood on scouting, too. So let's double check that. Which is probably one of these. That's research office. It's probably the last one here. There we go. Stockpile goods. 0, 098. 098. I feel like that was on another thing. 419. 740. I'm just checking the last three numbers, you know. 061. This sounds familiar. Let's go back to here. 051. 372. Okay, no, it's just my brain. 693. Okay, so those are all different. So whatever the sixth time we did it, and I got rid of this mistake that I had in there, we finally got that copied. And so that is good, and this seems to be copying everything. So that solves the first problem, which was we needed a dictionary that was fucking 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, when we needed a dictionary that was so that they can compare. And then the hall master was going to do stuff, and then I stopped in the middle because we needed that dictionary. Okay, so back to this thing. We'll try to like get. I only got 20 minutes left, so we're gonna try to get something accomplished here. What that is, we don't know. So we have. Okay, so we were gonna go through. And we're gonna check. You know though, what we don't have to do it against the stockpile amount wanted. We need to check against the max workers times 2. Actually, no, we don't. Yeah, we do. Because remember, we want to have a double. We want to double. Oh no, we do need it against the value. Okay, so for the first loop, we'll go if this is what we want for our first loop. And then we're going to say if that's right, we're going to subtract, didn't I put this up here? So yeah, county good amount minus equals key value pair value. So we'll go through, so the first loop, it's going to take the key value pair out. So like for this example, it's 1 wood. And so it's going to take the 1 wood out. And then else, we're just going to get out of here, I think. If it can't do it, this needs to go. Why did we need the stockpile amount? Stockpiles. Oh, because we need to add this then. We need to take it from there, and then we need to add it into the county improvements stockpile. So this is going to be county good. This is wrong. Stockpiled goods. Whoops. Now it's mad at me. And then the county good is a county good, so that works. This is a dictionary. Equals plus equals. Okay, so I think, so we're going to take it from the goods and we're going to add it to the stockpile in the whatchamacallit, the county improvement. We should probably make that a method. This should probably be a method like on the county improvement data or the hall master. He's the hall master, right? The hall master could do it. Let's leave this here temporarily though. So then so let's see, return does what? This is my daily C# return. I should just preempt. I did it yesterday. Yesterday I preemptively had this ready to go. Because I always have to look this up. For some reason I've started to have to look up ascending and descending. I don't know, my brain suddenly doesn't know what those mean. Like I know descending you're going down and ascending you're going up, but it doesn't. Return statement terminates execution of the function which appears and returns control on the function's results, if any, to the caller. Okay, to the caller. So this is gonna be called by, we haven't put it anywhere, I don't think yet. Faction data. Generate add county improvement to all county improvements. Generate stockpile goods data. Wait. Generate stockpile goods dictionary. Oh, I was looking at that. There's 0 references. I was clicking on that when I wanted there. Okay, so this isn't being called yet. So we need to put that now. So in our county, at day start, we want the hall master. We need to for each. County data. No. Is there no county data? Or that's impossible. That's impossible. Oh no, I just I just forgot to have it right. How it can fucking. No, no. I write like 20 of these a day, and all of a sudden I can't remember how to do it. Some days I just gotta call it a day when this starts happening. And completed county data, completed county improvements. For each one of these county improvement data, gather. Oh no, we need the hall master to do this. Hall master, gather. Okay, so this is not right. Hall master. We're passing in these two things. We need you to be a public. Static void. And then you're going to go back over to here and you're going to gather stockpile goods. And we're going to pass in the county data and the county improvement data. Okay, so it's going to, for prioritize, this does need to go first. We're going to put that up there. But in this case, we're just gathering, county improvements gather goods for their stockpile. And we have to do that stupid for loop because we need to be able to bail out once the stockpile's full. So now I hope we can see the amount when we run this, if this works. What a day. What a day of things not working. So this isn't going to happen, though, until start of day, which is at 1 a.m. So 1 a.m. has happened. Let's go to our remote. What's going on with this remote button seeming strange? I guess it was already in the remote. Also, we got a problem here. We got to build something first. We got to build a fisher shed. Otherwise, it might work for the other factions, but not for us. All right, this is done. And then we're going to go to here. And I was just thinking that maybe I did something wrong earlier, but I think we're actually okay. Fisher shed. No, we're in the wrong spot. We're going to go to Portland, county data, completed county improvements. Are we not in Portland? You know how it has like the duplicate thing down here, but I thought maybe I was looking at that, but no. This happened in the past where we weren't seeing the correct data. This isn't the correct data. What if we go to the faction and then there's like counties faction owns or something? I think there is. Maybe it's not exported. Um, this whole thing doesn't look right. This whole thing does not look right. So this though, these are copies. These are like blank copies. I mean, we could check it. We could check it, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't have. Yeah, it should be 0. All right, so we might have another issue here. So under Portland, like these are all 0 too. And they're definitely not 0 because we can go into Portland and look at our resources and stuff. So that is, this is not showing correctly. So let's go look at our county data because it's quite possible that there's not like the exports in the right spot, etc., etc. And then we'll take a look at this real. Well, it looks like I added more exports than. Oh well, here, like look at all these. We should be able to put an export on these. These are all Godot lists now, or Godot whatever's arrays. So that actually we can do that. Possible workers is still a C# list. Under construction. So this is exported. It's a Godot array. Of county improvement data. Godot array not showing in inspector. This is 3 years ago. It's too old. That's too old. Let's see what this is. Actually, have more than one node or resource of this type. This says that worked, but okay, what is this? If you actually have more than one node or resource of this type and you're adding one in the inspector but trying to access the array in a different one in code, of course, each instance of a node or resource will have its own array independent from others. Yeah, we've seen that that's always true. If you want multiple instances share the same array, you can have them. Just drop the scene into the inspector. Maybe some other small question. Huh. I remember we had this issue a long time ago. And I didn't really need to see the stuff in the inspector, and I can get around. You know, we can put a GD print in there. But it sure would be nice if this information was correct. You know, just like we were looking at the fact. So I wonder why the faction data works where we can look at it in the inspector. But these do not. So there is a thing where we do the map editor, but this should reapply over the top of these. And they obviously are working somewhere because we're getting the data from them. Like this is working, the population is working, but this is just not showing in the inspector. Yeah, I remember I was trying to find these goods and look at these goods, and they also don't show here. So these nodes are pre-built with the map editor, and then the map editor assigns. I think this is reassigned though. I remember seeing something earlier. What's going on with this? This happened to me before, and there was like, I don't know how it would suddenly have changed, but toggle with mouse wheel. What? There we go. I probably clicked and scrolled. This wasn't saved. Okay, I took that thing out of there and put it somewhere else. We're gonna check the remote faction 1. We want this thing. We want this thing. Okay, it's still good. I've done that a lot today. I think I'm gonna call it a day here in a second. Like any second. The game is running. Yeah, these are all blank. Let's see, we don't load them from disk. Let me look at my county generation. Assign faction, assign county data to faction, assign faction data to county. I wonder if, like, at the county level, this is what's attached to the county. Oh, it has an export. I mean, it wouldn't have shown up at all, I suppose. This is where all the magic happens, is with that county data. And those are definitely different. I thought we got rid of the county node. There's gonna be like a million of those. I was thinking we would do like county data equals create population, county data. I think what's happening is that it's assigning some of this stuff. Oh, it's adding it to like a, where the fuck is this thing? County data's. This is county resource autoloader. What is this for? Load county resources. I can't remember this. This is for the map editor, I believe. I don't think, oh wait, you know, in remote you can look at this stuff. Except that there's nothing in here. And this is just a straight up old school array. It's not actually, it's a, let's do this. And then I'm calling it a day, I swear to God. Gotta finish my coffee too. Yeah, that 2 of those is too much coffee for me. 1 is enough. Okay. Yeah, this also just shows zeros and all this stuff, and it's not. I wonder why. County population is a public class. So there's no export stuff in there, but we know that we can see, well, there at this point there aren't any, but we could change this. I want to do this one. So this should probably update in real time. Which we're on Cowlitz. We want to go to what? Portland? This should be under construction. It should show one there. Wonder why this doesn't show. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice. We're going to have to save. When we get to saving, it's going to be like tons of this. Tons and tons of this, like figuring out why stuff isn't showing up. So it's loading this from disk. I wonder if that's the problem. I don't know where it's loading. What does it say? Path to county datas. Resources, counties. Resources, counties. Yeah, so this is 0. I mean, this is nothing right now, but we're hitting this county data to get all of like a ton of information, unless they're being saved to some other copy of this, which I guess is possible. I guess right now we're not going to worry about it. All right, let's stop this stuff and let's push this shit to code or to GitHub. What did we do? Struggled with copying a resource again. There we go. That's what we did the whole fucking day, is we just struggled. What is your problem? Save and commit. And then push. And then we're done. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next week and most likely have a